Hey, what's going on, guys? Gallagher here. Um, I just checked out that the event's completed. I just didn't know that was 7 hours, but it's not. It's just because my I have completed the event so long ago. Uh, I have made a few changes and some stuff here. I have placed cool Amalgamus on the 4-star Cool Lagoon and the Prima on the 4-star Full Tilt, because obviously I'm sending both for research. I think that these two bots are really worth to go for the research. I'm thinking about Acid Storm. Um, he's a very good, very decent bot, but I'm not sure if it's absolutely necessary. You know what I mean? Um, it already does what it should do, which is destroying build bots with the SA8, which is the maximum that I'm going to invest in certain level of bots. But if we check this out here, if I invest on his SA11, which is not something bad to do, to be honest, he can definitely do a very decent damage. Same if the bots, same if the level of the bots aren't. Same if the level of the build bots is free, so it's more than 6k damage. So I'm definitely thinking about it, to be honest, because if you upgrade the bot in level, you get some percentage of damage that's like similar to that. So you'll be able to go Acid Storm, same without the ordnance, the enhance ordnance, and kill the build bots if it's necessary. But honestly, he's good. He's very good at dealing damage and destroying some stuff that has in the middle of the way they have received some damage, like into 2 max teams if the guy has received something like something like a quarter of the damage. He can basically clear up like big defenses like mortars, lasers, missile launchers, even MDSs. There's depending of some point. It's such a pity that the acid. I like a lot this game because it has a lot of different mechanics that you have to work with and you have to understand. So like one of the things that I think that's really interesting is that the acid mechanic can't stop self-repairing and regenerating skills or cores. This means that if the guy is playing self-repair on the MDS, if you make something like Fracas or Acid Storm into the thing, this means that it is not going to be able to lock the healing of the self-repair, because it's not a healing, it's a restoring mechanic, it's not a healing mechanic. So that's something that is interesting. But same if like the MDS is with self-repair and it has like 2/3 of HP yet, I think they still have time to go Acid Storm and destroy it. But talking about SA11s, I'm really thinking about some stuff here, and one of the things that 7 hours. Let's see if there is any good stuff here available. Nah, just standard. Don't even need the what's the name? The Energon Alloy. You have received Energon Alloy in the Alloy. Like here, you have a lot. So yeah. But like talking about SA11s, some new challenge. I'm almost reaching the skin, so I'm going to soon be able to showcase the skin to you guys. Normally, in the first week of the Cyber Pass, the skin is still glitched, but since we have passed a little bit of time of the first week of the season pass, I think that until Friday it's fixed. If it's glitched, I'm not even sure if it is, but I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be fine. So, getting back to it, I was testing like a lot of stuff, and I was like really debating like, am I going to upgrade Wheeled Rider or Breakneck? Breakneck or Wheeled Rider? So there is a moment where I was with Wheeled Rider, that I had Breakneck on my team, and I was thinking about, and I was like, oh, what if I had other thing instead? And I thought about Breakneck. So like, the two guys has very good stuff on it. Have good power cores. There's Vulture Mixer, but their natural cores are decent, to be honest. So there's something that catches up my mind, and it's this one. This is Wheeled Rider damage. This is Breakneck. It's ridiculous. And like, obviously it's Breakneck with or without the... Let me check a thing. It's without anything on the combat section. So just to see if there's any changes based on the Wheeled Rider. So let me get like the 2 stars, for example, just to showcase. Just to show that's proportional damage, like doesn't interfere or anything. So this is the Wheeled Rider range. This is this range. So I'm like, I think we have a case here. And I was like, in some specific wars or games during this weekend, and I was like, I had 11, and I have 10 energy points at my disposal, but I couldn't get any SA available, cause, and I was like, I think I had actually 11, but these 11 was exactly 11 on the Acid Storm, and I was like, oh, it's not worth to go Acid Storm, and I just wasted. I just used Wheeled Rider as a cost of 11, and it was like, oh, if I had Breakneck instead, I could snap something twice here, snap something twice there, and it's still good to go. So I was like, okay, that's changing up my mind a little bit. So, to be honest, he has a very decent G1 core. The absorption in damage while in the clock mode is very decent, and it's just not when you're using the alternative mode. Is when you're using the alternative mode more 5 seconds after that, so that's really nice. I appreciate that a lot. And let's be honest, Gator Face is just made for Breakneck, so it's absolutely ridiculous the combination that they both have. So I was like, come on, it's like hands down the best to say 11 to get in the game, like on top of like the more generic ones, not the specific ones. So I just checked this out and like I think it's just Destiny. I had just perfectly the amount of energon available to go for it, and I have two skips. So let's go. Level 9, level 10, and 11. So this is the second 4-star that I have at level SA11. I have also Nemesis Prime on it. So I think that's going to be my 4 stars, like super team, you know what I mean? Kulagoon, not for the longest time, but like Kulagoon, Breakneck, and Nemesis Prime. It's a very, very, very decent team, to be honest. And because Breakneck has this massive damage, if any defense is close to Kulagoon while he's losing the healing, the restoring HP, actually, not the healing, from Amalgamas when he's getting off the alternative mode, and while the invulnerability from the Nemesis Prime has been gone, I can breakneck that shit and get it off. So I was like, yeah, that's really good, man. That's really, really good. That's really, really fine. If you want to guarantee even bigger one-shots to stuff, you can go for the Voltar mixer that increases even more damage itself to things. So yeah. So basically, I want to showcase a thing here. Oh no, I just used breakneck. I wanted to showcase like that from what I have tested already. You can basically one shot everything from 2 shots actually, from missile launchers to mortars to lasers, turrets, and autocannons. From the level of my base is I was like making the calculations, everything. So I think that the only thing that you can't 2-shot is the MDS, but you can 3-shot it for sure. So it's one of the best investments that you can do. The SA11 on breakneck, same as the 4-star. It's one of the SA11s that doesn't make a lot of differences if you have a 4-star or 5-star. You just gain survivability. So it's not like for example, T2 Max SA10 or 11, for example. If you have SA11 on T2 Max, you have 6k 400 damage, 500 damage basically. So this is a little bit more. So if you have the natural percentages extra, you have a little bit more to be able to deal with a little bit better with the clusters. Same if they have the self repair stuff on the MDS, for example. So you just get helped a little bit more of that. And when I test stuff, normally the numbers don't match perfectly. So I think that's because the Titan Tech 3 boosts are not on the tooltips updated yet. They don't match perfectly, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's one of the best things I think I've done in the game for a while. This is one of the better stuffs. And to be honest, Breakneck's just the better in general. in general gunner in the game, and he has a really really interesting combination with Octopunch because you can break neck everything in the area. He receives the glass, and the Octopunch goes for the damage through the way, so it helps a lot with that. I think that's really good. I think that if you have the Wield Rider, you still have a very, very good and very decent viable option. If you think about on the one shot stuff, that's really good. That until the third shot, you evenly match with Breakneck, even with the SA11. But it's the SA11 on these that I think that it really shines, but it has to be a little bit more. And I'm not sure, but I think that you need to have the 5 star to be able to get the one shot at this shield gen as the third shot through the damage bonus that you have without needing to reach the shield gen with your other shots, like closer ones you can reach. Like for example in my base, you could go like these ops, can go this auto cannon, this mortar, and then the MDS is the third shot, and we'll be able to one shot that. So I actually also had another thing that I added to my collection, which is the second ray booster is almost maxed out. I just stopped upgrading because it was at the moment where I stopped having the what's the name, alloy to upgrade. I already have alloy, but I'm not using that still. In the base design I have, but I think that in the future is going to be really really necessary. I just had a bit of luck to get it, which is one of the things that I wanted. I also was really lucky because I get not these one. I get the 5th one of these. I think that this is absolutely necessary. It's one of the better mines of the game. I think it's the best mine in the game because you avoid your opponent being able to activate his essays, his duct. He can do like a healing or something with my Chronos close to the bots that are there, but depending of how much close you get to the bots that are locked into this, they also lose their abilities. Like the healers are like torn with the G1 core that has like mini Micronos on, or even the Micronos itself. So you lose a lot of bots anyway. That's why like a mini trap. I think that like if the guy shows the map here, it's just like don't go through the middle. You know what I mean? Like if the guy is that strong enough to go through the middle, like okay, you just fall into a trap because you want it. Because like it's very obvious that there is a mine here. It's not even something that like, oh, you have a secret strategy, but they're showing you on YouTube, so anyone's going to follow that. No, I want to make sure that everyone knows that there's a mine here, so they have more like reasons to go here or here, that because that's the strategy of everything. So I'm thinking on some upgrades. We have these and these very decently upgraded for the weekend. SG Thundercracker is really good. I underestimated a little bit the HP on the decoys, that they really, really, really are very, very annoying to deal with as a defense perspective. Like, because like they run so fast and they like in the air they are stopped. They are hard to get. Like you have to clear them before you go for the other stuff. So like it basically kind of stuns the area of the defense that you shot it away. You know what I mean? For a while at least, or like the defense that are not close to the area but are there around the area are going to waste their DPS through their defenses to destroy that. So then they're going to be able to shot the enemy's bots and everything. So basically deal with a lot of stuff. I think that's very good. One thing I would like to tell is that I'm thinking about some stuff in the future of the game. One thing that I didn't know was that the bot version of Skywarp is on a what's the name? The combiner, I think. Skydive is a combiner piece. So eventually Skywarp is going to receive a 5-star version as well. So Skywarp has 1k 900 damage, and proportionally it has the same level and SA stuff as G Thundercracker has 1,878. So it's like basically 100 damage plus a win button for Skywarp if you consider it against SG Thundercracker. This means that not that one is absolutely better at one-shotting, but it has more damage. I think the decoys are something that makes a lot of difference for everyone. Mainly before, because the decoys don't disappear when you activate the SA. Now they do. Like now they don't do damage, and they don't. When the remaining decoys are still there, and you activate the SA again, the remaining decoys that from the last activation they now disappear. So it's a little kind of a nerf to the bot's decoys, but I think that eventually, when Skywarps receive the 5-star version, I think that we are going to have a debate on which bot is the better one at one-shotting, and I think that Skywarp, without any kind of upgrade, without any kind of improvement, he is already one of the bots that I think that are good enough to say if he receive a 5-star bot that like just the natural scale boost from the 4 to the 5-star, he's going to likely bring back one shots to the game. They're not going to be like Starscream or Thundercracker, because it's like his focus on damage and efficiency. So Starscream has not the same damage as him, and also Thundercracker. But they have other stuff. Their Starscream is just pure damage. I know that in his SA11, he has fire damage attached to it, but before that, no. And Thundercracker is stun damage, electric damage, and everything. So I think that in the scale of preference, you actually wanted no damage at all, no type of damage at all, than the acid, fire, and electric. But if you have to put at one type of damage, you actually choose as acid. Same as there is the acid, anti-acid core and anti-fire core. But because if the guy doesn't have, you have such a huge amount of advantage that you can one shot without worrying yourself about healing, zone heal, micronos, healing cores and stuff on the defense that you're trying to destroy or everything around it. That it's really, really good. It's really, really, really strong. You have to consider that. So I think that's one of the things that are really, really good at Skywarp. It's going to it's going to definitely be able to bring back one shots back to the game, mainly with the areas and everything. I think it's going to be likely considered to be the best area in the game when eventually his 5-star version drops. I think that the 5 star version of SG Thundercracker is very, very good. It's very, very strong. He's very, very versatile. He has this thing of neutralizing a little area with the decoys, and the decoys always have their HP based on the HP of the bot itself. So the bigger the star, the bigger the level, the bigger the HP of the decoys. But I'm actually thinking about efficiency on one-shotting, and because of the high cost that this bot has, I think that this is such a huge amount of thing. That's the 5+4. This one, that you're going to think a lot about. You're going to think about a lot these percentages when you consider this. To your one-shotting advantages or not. So yeah, that's one of the things that I think that are going to be very, very, very interesting to see in the future of the game. Also, I have placed my Chronos on a different bot, which is off-road. I just thought to myself that acid just boosts his damage of fire to 20%, but the glass damage boosts to 40, and off-road has bigger damage than one or two of the other bots that I was thinking about using. And like when he touches the ground, when he touches the battlefield, it's really nice. I think that I can show it through here. No, it doesn't show, but like the guy is like around flames and everything. It's really nice, like the animation of it. It's really, really cool. It's like completed here. He has the prime core. He has a decent combat. He's a decent level. This is an SA level, and he has the skin. He's like one of the complete packages of the game. I think that's really nice. Also about it, same that you get the Titan Tech tree completed, it still appears in the corner like weekly Titan Tech tree points available to play. Like I think I can show you. Like here on the corner on the right side, 3k something, like still appears like a lot. This is the zone 16 or 15, I'm not sure. This is a very good one. Maybe it is zone 15. HQ 17, likely zone 15. I just had luck, that's 2 mil, same as zone 15. So, I'm gonna introduce the volume of the game, just to focus myself a little bit better. So, what ends up happening is, I think my account's like, not completed with everything that I want, but it's very, very satisfying. Like, I had basically everything that I wanted in this account. Like, it's very, very good. It's very, very satisfying, to see like your natural development in the game, your skills evolving, everything like making sense. Like, for example, when you have something on the theory that you wanted to try, but it didn't have resources enough to play that theory on practice, but after some point you have. So like now I can test stuff, I can see if I'm good in the game through not just playing the game, but like through theorizing, having new ideas, new tactics, new stuff, random stuff in general doesn't need to have be like uh, amazing stuff, but like efficient stuff. You know what I mean? So I think that's really nice. It's very very satisfying for you to see, like, after a little bit of time have passed, the development that you have in the game, and I'm actually surprised because I don't think that I would become like not the best player, but I'm a decent player, to be honest. Like, for example, I am one of the allies that are able to do 1 million and a half total damage on the weekend events for the what's the name of that, the uh, endurance events, and from the endurance bots, to receive the 4 stars guaranteed without needing to waste money on that before after all. That's really nice, you know. I think that's really nice. And yeah, I'm really really happy about that. Also, I wanted to say another thing about the Prime course. Amalgamers have said, these have said, these have said. I have turned back after trying to the flatline. At some point in the future, it's going to be on the 5 star if I have luck. And also, I think that sometimes it's not even like a bad thing that I will have 2 flatlines, because sometimes I miss another good healer in the game, and there's no really good healer in the game. You know what I mean? Like, Rogue's like kinda okay. Junk Heap's like on certain strategies is even better than Flatline, but like he's very niched. You know what I mean? Like, if depends a lot of the strategy that you're doing. And like there's alternative stuff like Astra Train's decent, but like he's not a healer. To be honest, you have to use the SA to heal, so he doesn't passively heals. And there's good stuff that are like, for example, Crankcase, but like he's very niche to other stuff, and he's like kind of locked in my Armada Max team. Like, I don't think I'll get rid of it anytime soon. So it's not that it's a simple idea to like get rid of it, and like I'm not going to be like abandoning the bot. You know what I mean? Like, there's some bots that I'm going to likely abandon after I get the 5 star version of them. Like, Rodimus and Scylla. I don't know where I meant to use the 5 star, the 4 stars. I wasn't using the 4 stars, to be honest, too much. Sea Phantom have no purpose on, have no function on the 4 star. Drag Trip, same thing. So like, these other bots are like useful, same as the 4 stars. You know what I mean? I think that just shows how impactful and good Flatline is. He's one of the bots that doesn't have a G1 core, he doesn't have an SA11, and investing and having access to the 4 star version in general is something that's good for you. That's how like good the bot is. That's not a coincidence. I think that pretty much showcases how I think that this bot's going to be impactful for now on, and for like the eternity of the game, to be honest, because it's really really good. Another thing is that it's really really useful to have like decent 4-star bots and decent 4-star bots with the 5-star versions as well. Because while one is on research lab and the other one's at a decent level, you can use the things that were attached to it, like the G1 cores or the combats on the 4-stars. They're not going to have the same impact as the 5-star, but at least you have something like a mini version of what you had at your disposal to like kind of do the same thing. It's like, depending of some bots, you're not able to do the same thing with the 5-star that you're doing with the 4-star. But like most of the bots is just survivability and DPS boost. That's what you're really like caring about. You know what I mean? Like for example, full tilt. Same if I don't have the 5-star. The 4-star has decent SA damage, but because I have more HP, I have more damage, and I use fracas, I have more damage for healing with the fracas. My damage is going to be multiplied. It's going to be doubled basically with the fracas itself. So it's going to heal even more, and with Prima, the extra damage I'm going to do is also boosted because of fracas and because of the 5-star version of full tilt. But everything that the 5-star does, the 4-star does as well, but in lower scale. You know what I mean? So I think that's pretty much it. And like, I think that this is very good. Like, and I was thinking about, I have really bad time when I had full tilt on my team, and I had some other specific base maps where they have a lot of shock towers and like anti-stun things on the map, and I was like, it's going to be annoying. And like, it's very weird to me to play with like very similar bots on the same team if I'm not making an amazing strategy behind it, like Shockwave with Crankcase with the healing end, the speed boost on Armada Mags and everything. So it was like, I'm thinking about it, and like, not a crazy idea to use Breakneck and Full Tilt on the same team, just for Full Tilt to clean up the most key defenses, and to Breakneck to kill the protection of those key defenses. And like, there's a lot of times where a key defense is close to a shock tower, and it's not that it's a bad thing, but to use 2 SA points from Full Tilt on that defense, and the bouncing goes to the shock tower, so you basically lose the bouncing effect because the shock tower is immune to EMP. So the first hit doesn't EMP, so the second one doesn't do nothing. So you can clear the shock tower with that, and the other one, and the bouncing effect is going to be on other defense, so it's going to be more efficient. So one is actually going to help a lot with the other one, and I'm really glad that I have like finded it out, because it actually have become like a very good team, and I have find out that there's a very interesting combination between both, and it's going to be really good to see the level of things that I can do with these guys. And I think that I have really find out a very interesting combination of like 2 bots together, and they have like different functions. They do similar things, but they do different functions on my team, to be honest. And when they are together, they have like even more different. They have even more different purposes on the match, if you think about it. So that's really cool. Yeah, I'm kind of really happy that I had these. I think it was time to have another SA11 at my disposal, so the first one was T2 Max, obviously. Second one was Nemesis Prime. Third one was Full Tilt with the 5 star, and Breakneck with the 4 star. We would have these. So yeah, that's really nice. Um, I'm thinking about the sequence of the 5 star of my account, and to be honest, I think that we are going to finish the 5 star Flatline Rush, likely on next episode. And I think that I'm going to try maybe Junk Keep. And because like Dirtbag's actually decent one, it has a decent G1 core. Have another decent 5 star bot as in the form of Rampage is like not a bad idea. And like this is and like Tarn is like actually good, mainly with the G1 core, with the G Metal G1 core. The Micronos a slow version of it is actually really interesting, and like I'm not thinking about any crazy strategy with Tarn, to be honest. Just having another Micronos close to it, and like, man, there's such a huge amount of stuff. There's so much huge amount of boost that he does that eventually during a match or another, it's going to be useful somehow. You know what I mean? I don't have any crazy strategy on it, but like, eventually it's going to be good. You know? So, that's the idea basically. So, searching for the main healers of the game, it's not a bad idea. And the 5 star version actually has a boost on the healing with the Reborn SA. Let me guess here. No, I think that if I'm not wrong, as the 4 star Junk Heap heals with 60%, I think that, and with the SA11 is 70. Yeah, but the 5 star version already heals without the SA11 into 70% or 80% even, and with the SA11 he heals 100%. It basically reborns the bot, so that's really nice. It would be really nice if like Jump Heap reborns the bot. When the bot dies, he makes in 10 seconds invulnerable, like and the SA11 for example, with the 5 star, and resets the countdown of the SA points of the bot. I think that he would be like very very good if he was able to do that. Would be really nice. So like imagine with Teacher Max, when like the countdown on that like 19, 21, like you have spam Teacher Max the entire match. You have already using the Golden Disc Reborn stuff. Junk Heap enters the board, activates SA, targets Teacher Max, he dies, reborns, 7 SA points available. You can T2 fire again. That would be really nice. That would be really nice. So I was thinking that it's like 15 minutes video long, but it's 44 already. So yeah, I just can't shut up. I just like talking to you guys and like sharing my thoughts, ideas in the game. So yeah, that's really nice. Thanks so much for watching. Deliver out.